Hi, I'm Suzanne Harmony with Harmony Helps, and today's topic is conquering fear with fear, F.E.A.R. And for those of you who know me, I'm a fan of acronyms, and boy, in this time of great fear, I was guided to share this not just as a podcast, but also as I guess I'll call it a broadcast. And I am grateful to my dear friend Barbanello for telling me last year, Suzanne, people want to see you as they hear you. And so here I am, sharing what I know that works for me. And one of the quotes from one of my books that I love to share, and I sign oftentimes in my book because I didn't tell, and also times in the other book that I've written, Leap of Faith, excuse me, From Fear to Fulfillment, is that courage is faith in motion, and love is the fuel. So I'll say that again. Courage is faith in motion, and love is the fuel. And clearly that's what's called for. So I'm here today being the face of courage. And courage means even stumbling through your words as you do a broadcast and a podcast, because that's real. And courage is sharing this message of love to all of you, because I truly do want to share that intense and immense message of love to get us through fear. And my acronyms for fear are, these are pretty cool. And when it came to me yesterday during an interview that I was having with my publisher, and I excitedly shared with her the insights that came to me yesterday, and my intuition kept telling me, wait till tomorrow, share it tomorrow. And tomorrow, being today, Wednesday, is the day that I commonly preserve for my podcasts on Wednesdays and Sundays. And so I listened to my intuition that said, wait for today. Why did I wait for today? Well, the news upon waking after I did my meditation and my morning prayer, and I turned to Facebook for news that comes to me, were two things. That the coronavirus has hit Sudbury, the first case. Sudbury is a mere 2-hour drive for me when I'm driving from where I live. That's really strange. And yes, that can really, for people here, spark some fear. And even with my friend Kira yesterday, my friend and publisher Kira Schaefer at As You Wish Publishing, anybody wants to write a book, go there. We discussed, how Canada is rather safe. Well, guess what? Yeah, we are safe, and we're safe everywhere and anywhere. Safety means being smart. And so how did this news affect me today, and why did I wait till today? Because apparently that needed to happen, and the news needed to get to me today. And here we are. And so how is my acronym going to help you? It will in this way, that fear for me means, I'm going to look at it so I get it right, field everything and reevaluate. And so I did exactly that. I fielded the source. I fielded the source of the news that I received. And lo and behold, the source that I received was from my dear friend Barbanello. Thank you very much. She's a reliable source of news. She's a smart and brilliant woman in our community. Wow. And I admire and love her, and I trust her, and I trust that the source is, if anything that she's going to send out, it is going to be truth. It is going to be real. It is going to be something of value. She's not going to send out garbage. She's not going to send out second, third falsehoods. She's going to send out the truth. And so thank you, Barbara, for that. And I read the article, and you know what? I found relief. And so field the information that you're receiving. I got relief from it, because yes, this gentleman who sought help, who had symptoms, who yes is confirmed with the virus, had been to a conference in Toronto. And so yes, everyone who has been there will also be seeking assistance and get informed and isolate themselves. And thank goodness that people are doing the right things and isolating themselves. And so yes, for a second, I too took a breath, and I thought, wow, I had just been to Sudbury on the weekend. Ironically, it was for a holistic health harvest. Wow. I circulated myself amongst strangers. Yes, I even shook some hands. One person said, I don't do that anymore, and I respected that. And yes, every station almost, had some form of wipe your hands, use the hand sanitizer. And what works is a smile. And I smiled. I smiled a lot, and I contacted people with my eyes. I looked at them and I smiled and had great conversation. And I still made great connections, wonderful connections. And so I feel safe. I feel safe and informed. I don't think I ran into anyone who contaminated me. And I feel safe in that I washed my hands, I didn't touch my face, and life is good. And fear attracts what we fear. We attract what we fear. And I'm living in a safe world. The other acronym that I have for fear is focus elsewhere and rejoice. And my focus is on spreading confidence and love and sharing with you that you too have it within you to be knowledgeable, to be sensible, to use your common sense, and to be grateful for the resources that we have, such as this. My face is coming to you. My voice is coming to you through streaming this, through whenever you want to turn this on for reassurance, whenever you want to hear this, whenever you have a moment of doubt, to know that you have it within you. The common sense that you are safe. Have you washed your hands? We do this all the time. We teach our children this. Have you come into contact with anyone who's been out of the country, who's been at a conference, who's been somewhere? Our world is pretty safe. And if you haven't been, if you have traveled somewhere, then take those precautions. Don't go out and be reckless. Have an awareness. And I honestly believe that this curse will be the cure. This curse will be the answer for perhaps world peace, for bringing our world closer together, for bringing the powers to be to pour their resources into humankind, into taking care of the people on their planet now, for uniting the nations and the resources within the nations, for taking their billions of dollars that perhaps they've poured into warfare, for research into putting vehicles out into the universe to blow up our universe out there in space, to focus on finding a cure for this and focus on reassuring the people's existence during this challenging time, and to pouring funding into our existence now and safety nets for people so that they don't have to worry, so that they will have finances and security as they move through this questionable time, and that they have resources so that we can study from home, we can work from home, and our creativity will expand. We'll find ways to take care of ourselves and our neighbors. I think that love will prevail. And so focusing and rejoicing, that's what will happen. We're going to focus elsewhere and rejoice. That's a great acronym for fear. So I want to thank you all for listening to my idea of where this is going to take us, and that power in politics does not equal immunity. Somewhere, somehow, they too will be touched by this, and you want to bet that they're going to find a cure in a hurry, but also that they're going to have to gather their resources and gather the intelligence and pour it into a productive way to save our great green earth and to make that change stick and to really find peace in this world. I believe that this is what is the purpose of this coronavirus. This little curse is going to be the cure. And it'll bring smiles, it'll bring a solid change. And for those of you who are currently affected, I believe in the power of prayer. And I believe in having faith in the power of your prayers, having faith in it. Faith meaning finding all it takes to help, finding all it takes to hear, finding all it takes to, hallelujah, to really find that place within yourself that brings you peace. Faith in yourself and faith that you're not alone in this, and that you're part of this because you too are a powerful person. And I saw a headline the other day about suing people suing people. That isn't a solution. That brings about more sadness. And in all honesty, I don't think anybody at any time made a decision to hurt even anyone even more. People, when this started, really didn't know what they're dealing with, and I believe they were making decisions with the little bit that they knew. So pray for them. Pray for the people who were afraid at first, and keep fear out of the equation and keep faith in it. And finding faith will keep you strong, and finding that love within yourself and love for each other will keep us strong and keep us united in this force that's going to get us through. The other thing that I find is super helpful in this time of confusion and fear is a sense of humor. And I'm enjoying the posts that people are putting out there. I want to thank Noelle Dodge for posting the little toilet paper post about why are people preserving toilet paper. And, one of it was because now when people sneeze, other people are pooping their hearts out. She used a different word, but 1,000 people poop when somebody sneezes, and so preserve your toilet paper. I thought that was a good sense of humor for, the irony of where people are becoming selfish and hoarding things. And so be practical and be sensible, and, have enough for yourself and your family, and think about your neighbors, but also don't be hoarding, don't be greedy. That's the opposite of love. Those are all energy suckers, and, there's a price to pay when you instill fear and bring that home to yourself and your circle. So be generous in your thoughts and your kindness in this time. My other friend, Nicole Tureen, who also posted about the virus today, and she's also a reliable source, but a great sense of humor, and I love her and how she thought about self-preservation in a sense, where women between their 30s and 50s should self-isolate and keep themselves away from their husband and children so we don't contaminate them. That was a funny little post as well. So I appreciate the sense of humor that can go out there and just kind of uplifting. If you've got a sense of humor, then use it. Not sarcasm, because that kind of hurts, but a sense of humor and keeping light about it. And if you can uplift a soul by just kind of being funny, and using common sense, not insulting, but just being light about it, brings a lightness to the situation, not losing your sense of awareness. Awareness is having your caution, a caution about what's happening, but also with some wisdom. As we release fear, we get clear. I emphasize that in my book, Leap of Faith, From Fear to Fulfillment. Really, and we're all taking a leap of faith. As we continue our life, we go through life, and as I am now, showing you that I am the face of courage, and love is the fuel that gets me through. And I'm loving each of you, sharing this with you, and taking your leap and in faith. Together we'll get through this. And what helps me is to breathe. And I'm going to share with you a little exercise. As we breathe together, these 3 calm breaths. Number 1, we're going to breathe in faith. Faith in yourself and your safety. Take in that breath. And as you exhale, release fear. Let that all go. In your next breath, inhale personal power. Exhale outside interference. Now inhale peace. Exhale. And feel the amen in that. Feel yourself come to calm. Feel yourself. Wow. Don't you feel so much calmer? Revisit this. That's your refresh button. Anytime that any interference comes in, anytime you sense any anxiety, any doubt, release that doubt out with doubt. Stomp it out by come to breath. Breathe in faith. Exhale fear. Breathe in your personal power. Exhale any outside interference. Breathe in that peace. And exhale. Amen. You are there. All is well. And together, united we stand, divided we fall. And this is not a time for isolation. That awareness, responsible, loving caution. That's all that's called for now. Remaining mindful of each other and your neighbors. Loving yourself and your neighbors as you would have them treat you. Keep talking positively. Remind others, really, how strong and positive and how fortunate they really are. Then empower them to share that with others. Share this message. Share this video. Share this podcast. Share it and share your power and your strength and your confidence in this time. Really share your confidence. Let your brilliance, let your confidence, let your fearlessness shine. And together, we will conquer fear with fear. The fear being, what is it? Focus elsewhere and rejoice. Rejoice. Rejoice in all that you have, in your faith, in your love for yourself and others out there. And you are free, totally. Thank you. Bye-bye.